Hi guys, hello everybody. Thank you for being here again. I'm egoistic. I like you to push me to learn, and that's wonderful. So I'm sharing the screen. But today we're going to look at a few courses, not just one. And therefore I'm sharing right away with the sound. I know I will need the sound, okay? So I'm sharing with the sound, that's number one. And then I'm giving you the major link that we need before we start. Here you are. That's the one. And that is the link to this page. So I'm giving you that link. Here it is on chat. And you guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, are very nice because you already started communicating. So yes, I'll do the same thing. I say hello from Houston, Texas. And I will also invite you guys to please say hello from wherever you are. So once you open that link, oh, I didn't give you the whole thing. I'm sorry. That link, Boulder. Okay, that link, let me verify. Looks okay. All right. That's what you can also type. It's a link to our page. Now, what is this page? For those people who are new here, the page goes back 3 years, and every week we look at the new technologies, new courses. Today we're looking at quite a few new courses, and that's what I'm showing you. I am trying every one of them. If there is a course, I am taking that course. And in addition, we have a page which I would call, there you are, this page, AI education. So I will open that, and you will see a lot of courses, but none of them are old. They're all really new. They all don't overlap. So if you go down, you will see, so that's the count. According to the spreadsheet, that is if we have a lab. Let's say there is a course. The one that we're looking at maybe is this, governing with AI. And to the right, you see what it is about, who made it. Then you see the actual course, the link to the course. Usually it is open. You might need one subscription, and that's deep learning AI, and I think that is free. You might also need for some of the courses Coursera, which is not free, but it's about like $49 a month. And then to the right, you see the actual repository where I already downloaded all of that. By the way, when you download, let's say you go to the course, let me show you. So I go to the course.
Welcome to Governing AI.
Before we start listening, uh, on the right here, when you see anything that has to do with code, and I don't see anyone with code here, but once you see the code, you see the code on the right. Let me do that. Let me really open another one with the code, like maybe this one, okay? That's about Claude Code. Okay, so let's go to any one of them and find the one that has code examples. Okay, this one also doesn't. But in any case, what I wanted to show you, that code shows here, you can run it. You can run it straight in the browser. That is if you use the course. But if you go to our lab, Well, you see exactly our lab with all of the examples. And often these examples also need the supporting files. So these I also download. In other words, when we come to the real course, and here they all are, numbering about in 100. Okay, let's say we go here. So if there is anything here like that needs a supporting file, that's also here. That's it. So you can take any one of those courses. I even have an agent that will help you make sense of that. And that agent, I can give you a link. You know what? Let's try that. Okay, let's go to chat. And we know that chat allows you creation of your individual courses or your individual agents, which are all found on the Explore. So that's already published by somebody else, okay? And that is published by me, my ChatGPT. So I have a couple, and the one that I mean is this one. That's Educational Advisor. So if you click there, you will be able to chat to it, which course should I take, the kind of thing. And not only that, it will use exactly that spreadsheet. It will talk to you about these courses. And what occurred to me right now is that we really should expand on that one. So I'll put it as the next thing that we're going to do. And that's where I welcome your input anytime. So we'll see, it will be November 7. And let us leave a note for the next time. And the note will say that AI advisor educational educational agent. Okay, wonderful. Now, that's what we're going to do. So we are going to go through all of these. I see some text that you already. It's a Google Sheet. Yes, thank you very much for helping with that. Okay, let's do it. I mean, that's a lot of things to look at, and there's more courses today. Go link by link. The only thing that I want to ask is that I have my colleague here, and my colleague is 1 second. Jatin. So Jatin, please tell me if you're here, because with Jatin, we are going to. Yes, he is here. Okay, Jatin. So, are you ready? I guess yes. I can. I have to enable you. That's what I will do. So let me go back. What I prepared for you guys, I'm closing that. We are right here, closing everything else. And Jatin will show one example of how yesterday we coded using AI. It's that one here. I didn't want to let Jatin wait for too long. And he will show you how we were able to take one monolithic application and we said, hey, AI, I don't like what I have here. Could you please create the first API? So instead of calling directly from Java into Java, we said we are going to have an API. So my Java code will call into that API, and a separate part of the code will be running a separate process. That's what we asked for, okay? So I'm going to participants, finding Jatin here, here you are, and promoting you to a panelist. Okay, so you should be able to talk. should be able to share your screen. I will stop sharing my screen. Could you please verify that you can talk?
Thank you, Mark. Yes, I can.
Wonderful. And do you want to share your screen?
Mm. Hello, everyone. My name is Jatin Soni. I'm a software engineer at Velomi Tech, and I will quickly share my screen. I'm sharing my full screen. So here was that monolithic architecture which Mark told us about. So this was a freed main.java, which was using a processing file from the Java, and we wanted to make a API for that in a Docker. So we quickly jumped into that Copilot. Some of you might know about Copilot. The Copilot helped us write this code quickly in just 15 to 20 minutes. So we just gave it a simple prompt like instead of an entry point in the main method, I would like to call the processing as an API for my UI. Can you convert this code so that I can call it using API? And it started creating this process, and it added two new public API methods. And first one is the start processing, which accepts parameter file, and the other one is start processing project, so which accepts pre-configured project instance and initiates processing. So both the APIs return Boolean indicating success and failure and handle their own exceptions. This was the code which was written by AI. And then this project I would like to run into the Docker. So we made this project into the Docker, and it started creating Docker compose file, YML file, and API slash Docker file. All the files were created by AI, single with two prompts only.
That's awesome. Could you tell us, please, how do you control what if it wants to run away and write too much? Is there a place where you say, wait, I will accept it, or maybe I will not accept it?
Yes, there are two types of like types of agents which are given in this AI. So once we click on Ask Agent, it will just converse with us. Like we will be able to conversation with that AI, and it won't directly apply the changes to the files. But we when we select the agent mode, it selects all the all the files. And when we select some files, we can select files from here, like one what file and what instances we need changes, and what are our actual parts which we want to tell that AI that we want to work with this one. So on clicking on agent, you will be able to edit your files with agent mode, and you can select multiple models like
Yeah, I just
premium
wanted to ask
models.
you exactly that to show us which models do you have available.
So yeah, we had like currently I use the Cloud Sonnet 3.5 models. This one is currently a free version of Copilot, and you can get more models by subscribing for a 1 month free plan of GitHub Copilot. Yeah, and we
I
use
wanted
just
to say we're
3.5.
not getting money from that.
Yeah, we are.
We're just showing you. Okay.
Yes. So yeah, you can also add models from your side. Like if you are having any subscription models, and you can click on add models. Like I would like to add Anthropic's key, and this will prompt API key prompt, and you will be able to add this API key over here. And once you click save, you will be able to see the model over here as well. That particular.
Awesome. And another question. So you are in IntelliJ, and how did you install all of that? How did it become available?
So yeah, in IntelliJ, where there is a point where like we can install it as an extension. So these are the extensions like Maven extension, Juni, Copilot, and all the stuffs. And once you click here, this thing visible.
It was not right now. I'm answering some of the questions.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, awesome, Jatin. Thank you so much. That was exactly from the horse's mouth. Okay. All right. I'll show my screen now. Do you want to show anything else?
No, that's it from my side. But there was an extension part over here, which I recently updated the IntelliJ
Do you
yesterday.
want to show? I'm taking you away. I'm not sharing the screen. It's yours.
You can share the screen.
Okay. So, any questions to Jatin? None. Okay, very good. So that was this one right in the middle. How we converted a monolithic app in 2 hours. Would you say, Jatin, it was 2 hours or maybe even much faster?
Sorry.
Was it 2 hours that we worked?
Yeah, we worked for 2 hours, but to figure out this part, it took just only 15 minutes for AI. Like,
So awesome. Of course, you have to learn that, but after that, that is a big help. Now, Nick is asking a question, I think. A download link. Download to what? Please tell us. So Docker, we use just one container, one Docker. Okay, let's continue. Thank you very much, everybody.
so I guess Nick is asking for IntelliJ's download. You
IntelliJ download. Steve, no real choice to learn from right now because we just taking whatever Ashish tells us to do and we just take the very first one. So we can change it. There was no big recommendation here. All right. Thanks a lot. I continue. So Andrew Ng, what does he give us? Clicking there, that's an interesting thing in his letter. What I'm showing you, not the email that I get, but instead they always give you a link to the actual email. That's what I'm showing you. What was interesting here is this. Today I'm launching Deep Learning AI Pro. Well, Andrew was collecting his different courses, and lots of courses came exactly from there. What I was showing you right here, can I make a font bigger? Yes, like that. I don't want to make it too large, but it's right here. It's like this one, okay? As far as Andrew Ng's letter, it was right here. And yes, you're right. Make it bigger. Okay. So what he is saying is he puts out all of these courses, whether free or for pay. And recently he showed a couple that were for pay. And if it is for pay, you can still take a lot. But eventually there comes a point where there will be more modules or there will be a certificate if you want to show off. So he collected obviously everything under this subscription. That is first. And then he praises how good it is to program with AI. It's how much you can do, amazing amount of stuff that you can do. And then there is the Halloween theme, okay? And you can try it for free, whatever it is. Well, I'm not going further. It's interesting, but none of what we're going to talk about. So I'm closing that. And that's what Andrew announced. That's number one. Number two are two courses of those sort that are coming in the subscription. And now you can relax because I think these are not needed. Not everybody will need this. So the first is post-training models from AMD. Okay, let's go there. So
Reasoning was just inherent in these models.
we'll go and listen to the very beginning. What they're talking about is deep down, we're not using it. We're using ChatGPT or any other model, and that's it. We're not doing post training, but that's what they're talking about. The course comes from AMD, and I'm not sure they're using any special technology there. Just let's start. Let's give them the start. I think right here, just the very beginning.
Welcome to this course on supervised fine-tuning and reinforcement learning for training large language models. Both of these are techniques under the broader umbrella of post-training techniques, which is an important family of algorithms that are actually really useful both for training frontier models as well as for developers to get their applications to work better. Phil, the instructor for this course, is Sharon Zhou, who's an old friend and also my former PhD student from Stanford. She is VP of AI at AMD, and she was also formerly co-founder and CEO of the startup Lamini. It's great to have you here, Sharon.
So excited to be back. Thank you, Andrew.
So Sharon's worked for many years on Gen AI, including specifically fine-tuning, reinforcement learning, post-training. And I think this has become one of the techniques that is increasingly important for developers to know about to get your LM-based applications to work really well.
Okay, so if you don't mind, guys, on the chat, tell me who would ever do this in our crowd? Who who would do model post training? If anyone, who would do model post training? Anyone? I suspect none. I think that out of 10, between 1 out of 10 to 1 out of 100 people will do it. Okay, okay. Yeah, you see, Paul, I agree. You would avoid it if you can, and manual would learn it. Well, if you want to learn it, right here, it's the course. If you want to link to the course, it's all mentioned right here. That is all we're going to say about that. Oracle gave a class on how you can do it for, okay, 6,000. So yeah, it will also cost. Greg, who is deep into that stuff, if you have detailed vertical jargon with many reg problems, those become training examples. Okay, that doesn't look very easy. Okay, but I'm closing that. I think that's a very interesting stuff, even if rare. Another one, Lawrence Moroni. So Lawrence Moroni is a wonderful dude. You will see him. He was the chief of, well, first of all, he was at Google. And he liked to say a phrase like, even I can do it. That's his joke. Because not everybody works at Google, so even I. But he split away from Google, and he is teaching and um, and doing it on his own. Okay, so let's look at his course. Part of, again, deep learning AI. Here we'll see him talking right here. Therefore, let's listen to some.
I'm excited to share that the PyTorch for Deep Learning Professional Certificate, built in partnership with deeplearning.ai, is now available. PyTorch is what researchers discover with, what engineers build with, and what students and professionals everywhere want to learn. It powers state-of-the-art large language models, image generators, and many of the AI breakthroughs that are transforming the field. I'm Lawrence Moroni, and I've had the privilege to teach millions of people on how to get started with AI and deep learning.
Okay. Now, if my comment applied to the previous one, then all the more so to this one. Who in the world, who would do PyTorch deep down with the nitty-gritty? So PyTorch is super important. I'll tell you a little story about that. PyTorch. CH. Anyone? But today, are you going to go PyTorch? So the story is that, yes, you did, Paul, back then. Yes. So Google invented, aha, you would go manual. Okay, you're a great guy then. Yes, TensorFlow. So the story about TensorFlow. TensorFlow was the first one. Everybody knows it, but Google Trends will emphasize this. So what happened with TensorFlow? TensorFlow. Okay, at first TensorFlow did not exist. Let's go for the all complete history from 2004, because at first there was no open source deep learning and no TensorFlow, and then there appeared TensorFlow, which was a great thing. Okay, I'm trying to move it. Well, what happened, it was open sourced in 2016, and at this time, if you wanted to learn machine learning, that's what you would learn. But Google built a whole story based on that. They created a TensorFlow computer, TF chip, and now CPU, GPU, TPU. That's what it was. And that's how they were planning to sell their cloud. With we the only one have who has this kind of computer, and it runs TensorFlow natively. What happened here? Well, what happened here is Facebook created their PyTorch. So let's go PyTorch. So it's the red one. Came PyTorch a little later, open sourced it, and proved the point, the usual point that people make, even great as Google is, but they are all engineers. They are talking to engineers, and Facebook wants to say, and we are for the whole world. So they became bigger than TensorFlow. By now, every one of the libraries is used, and therefore, for example, Hugging Face has a version on TensorFlow and also a version on Hugging Face. But that's the story. So now you guys have a chance to learn PyTorch from the experts. By the way, as I mentioned, from the competitor of Google. Okay, but in any case, you know what that is. I'm closing that. Okay, next. Next is this one. We kind of opened it, but we didn't finish up. So I showed you how we use AI, and that's in our corner of the wood is the major use. That's what we do to write code faster. So governing AI agents, actually we had that link last week, but we didn't really do it. So let's open it and let's look at that course.
AI agents built in partnership.
Okay, so the story is that, and again, every opinion is mine and possibly incorrect, very possibly incorrect, but it's Databricks. Databricks, of course, is a great company. It's a replacement of Hadoop long time ago. Even if you didn't hear about Hadoop, you surely heard about Spark. And they are the darling of Microsoft. They run natively on Microsoft, kind of natively, right? And they also run on their own cloud. But now when AI came, what can they say? And I think that's what they're trying to do. they're a great company, but every company needs and wants to grow. So if you have Spark, and Spark is distributed engine for data science calculation. So great, you have 1,000 computers and they all do wonderful things, but that's horizontal scaling. And AI is essentially, I would say, vertical application. So how often do you need 1,000 conversations with AI at the same time? And that's what Spark would give you. Well, I think not often. So they're trying different approaches. The approach that they try now is this. They are going to say, well, we know about governance. And we have a framework for governance. The framework is from them. The framework is open source framework. And that's how we will make ourselves noticed. We'll teach you about governance. Don't we know it? Don't you need it? Okay. Now let me show you 3 minutes of that introduction. And I think we will be good about that. Okay.
Welcome to Governing AI Agents built in partnership with Databricks. In this course, you learn how to integrate data governance into your agent's workflow to ensure the agent can handle data safely, securely, and accurately. Data governance consists of a set of policies and practices that you can implement to ensure your agent has access only to the data that it needs, that personal information is protected from unauthorized access, and that you and your team can monitor the agent's performance. I'm delighted the instructor for this course is Amber Roberts, who is Staff Technical Marketing Manager at Databricks.
Thanks, Andrew. I'm excited to work with you on this course.
Say you want to build an agent specialized in customer analysis. You can define for the agent a set of tools that allow it to ingest data like customer demographics or transactions or website engagements and survey responses. If you give this agent broad permissions to all this data, it risks the agent leaking private customer information such as credit card info or their address or their personal purchase behavior, data that shouldn't be visible to maybe all company employees. If, however, you build this agent with data governance in mind, then you can ensure that your agent properly handles this data. For example, you can specify in the deployment environment what tables or columns your agent can access and encrypt customer IDs and mask credit card information. You can also implement data quality checks.
Okay, I think that's pretty clear. Yes, governance is important if you're in these circles of clients who take it seriously. You can say to paranoid about data governance, like lawyers. Maybe that's who you can attract with this kind of framework. Again, my question is, who would be interested in building something like that with governance? That's what I'm asking, and I'm checking who would. Yeah, Fortune 1000, but are we Fortune 100 1000? Yeah, I agree, it's more than role-based access. And that's a separate question, role-based access, because that is bordering on the book about AI and security that I'm finally writing. But and maybe I should include it there. Yes, I agree. Okay, so well, if you want to pitch to them, then yes. So if you have these clients, then yes. And my view is I'm very specific on things that I work with. It's mostly personally, it's data processing in legal world, in compliance world. So by the way, maybe that's exactly where it will come in, but today, right now, I'm not doing anything of that. Okay, awesome. That's great. I want to verify that we covered all that we wanted. So the most interesting piece of news is now Andrew planned to do something with all these courses. He collected about 150 of these courses, and all of them, his official point of view was that now you can create subpar courses. I'm using the term that you just used. You can create so courses real quick. But I said, Andrew, I'm doing only the best quality. What he will do with them was not clear. So now perhaps it's more clear, and that's what he is doing, and that's the main point. Now let me look at our correspondence here. Who says what? So more and more banks and medical, and yeah, maybe we should do that. Deeper dive, suggests Charles, on data governance and data quality. Yeah, I agree. It's a good idea. You're saying maybe do this deeper dive. Yeah, let's do it. I think it's a good idea. That's exactly what I like about you guys, that you suggest ideas. So here you are. I have put it in here, and I should share it back. I only stop sharing so that we invite more ideas. Okay. So working with credentialing. In any case, that is, yeah, that's important. But so let's do a deeper dive. That will be the next thing. Other than that, we are done for this week. So, okay. So I wish everybody a great weekend and a great year to come. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone, for your suggestions, for listening, for because even if you don't say anything, I know you're listening. A comment come up anytime, and I should be prepared. All right. Thank you very much. Everybody be well. Tariq, Helen, John, Brian. Okay, awesome. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, you see, I listen and copy and paste your comments here. That's wonderful. I also wanted to, wanted to copy that. All right, be well. Thank you, Manuel. Thank you, Jensen. The link for the recording. Okay, I will verify how about the links for the recording. That's, I think, is coming, but it's too slow. So I'm taking your, at least you get the link to this document. Can you provide the link for the doc? At least let me give you that link. That is our link, and in fact, it works. There you are. All right. Goodbye, everyone.